Welcome back all to episode 3 in Packard's Playhouse. You'll notice from the screen that I have forgotten to open some of the chests today. I was quite busy unfortunately, so I didn't get around to it. However, we are only about 76 trophies away from Arena 5. So I'm looking forward to working towards getting that this evening. In particular, there's some good things in there. It's the spell factory, and surprisingly it comes with a couple of spells. Both Zap and Poison are pretty awesome. The legendaries, Graveyard and the Ice Wizard, are excellent, and there's nothing wrong with the other cards either. They're very good, and it'd be nice to upgrade to some of those cards later in the game. So I'm looking forward to a push. Let's get cracking. It's going to be at least 3 victories required, but obviously it could take more depending on whether we're playing well or not. So mini P.E.K.K.A ready to go, giant in, but the baby dragon's not about, so let's put the mini P.E.K.K.A down and see whether the baby dragon's coming up, which it is. Prince, that's a little bit annoying, but we have got some goblins on hand to distract that when it comes down this side. Annoyingly, he's put down a balloon as well, so I'm going to try and distract the prince with the goblins and musketeer the balloon. The goblins didn't do enough, so unfortunately I'm going to have to put a Valkyrie down to help that out. But we have now got a Valkyrie and a musketeer both on half health to go forward on a little push of our own. Inferno Tower, excellent. I've got nothing I can do about that right at this second. Unfortunately that's going to take out my giant before it gets anywhere, so that push was a complete waste of time. I'm tempted to not deal with those minions at all. Let's just wait and see what happens. As soon as that Inferno Tower goes, it might be worth another little push of our own with the mini P.E.K.K.A, possibly with the baby dragon, but we might want to keep that for the giant. So let's keep that for the giant. He's got a balloon, so let's keep the archers and the musketeer. That should stop him actually getting to our tower. His prince is doing too much damage to our mini P.E.K.K.A, so that's not cool. Fireballed a lot of that. I haven't actually got anything to distract with. The goblins have just come out, but that's not going to go well because of the baby dragon with splash damage. So this is all going very, 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 very wrong at the moment. So how are we going to turn this around then? He's raging his balloon. He's got a prince which keeps taking out our mini P.E.K.K.A. He's got an Inferno Tower ready to stick down against our giant. Ideally we want to put a giant push on, but we want to put the goblins or skeletons in before the giant for when his Inferno Tower goes down. So we're going to build up on the left. I'm thinking of mini P.E.K.K.A running towards the right in a moment. Let's put a baby dragon over the top of the giant to deal with any little things, and we want to cycle through to the goblins to take up the Inferno Tower. We're going to use the mini P.E.K.K.A to deal with his prince, and we're going to use... oh, we're going to die. Yeah, unfortunately I haven't quite managed to do that in time, so I have just been 3 crowned. Very good start. Yep, for you that was a good game. For us that was terrible. Well played, sir. Okay, let's try again. Unfortunately I didn't take note of how many trophies I've dropped, but it's probably going to mean 4 games required to get into the next arena. So, nothing useful here at the moment. Right, musketeer against the witch would be a good shout. I could fireball the witch by the... no, in fact I definitely will with that big minion horde in there as well. That's a good elixir trade for us, 4 for 10 effectively, and a Valkyrie on the skeleton army seems like a no-brainer. Let's put the baby dragon down, get a bit of aerial defence, and let's see whether that can do any damage. Obviously they've got some minions. Let's put the archers in to try and take them off the baby dragon and the Valkyrie whilst that does its damage. Not quite long enough, but good enough for the second. Right, so barbarian horde coming through. Some goblins to try and distract some of those would be useful, and possibly something a bit stronger, a musketeer perhaps. That also deals with the baby dragon. So their first tower is pretty much gone. I'm going to leave our musketeer to go on that side. I'm going to start a push on the right in a moment. Valkyrie is a witch killer, so that seems like a good thing to use, but we'll wait for that to drop down a bit closer. There we go, it locks onto our tower, and we can then put that down with a giant in front of it, Skeleton army's on the other side as it happens, so I would ideally use the baby dragon on that, but it's going to take a little while to cycle round. There we go. Unfortunately, that means we've lost our tower pretty much. That minion horde is quite annoying, but a minion horde for a fireball trade isn't too bad. As it's split up, I'm going to use my archers and run my luck a little bit, because the minions are on half health. And let's do a mini P.E.K.K.A quick push there whilst he is distracted. It's last 60 seconds, so it's double elixir time. He should have something there. I'm thinking of fireballing that big mass of barbarians, but actually I could Valkyrie them. That might have more effect. Certainly baby dragon wouldn't hurt. I can keep the musketeer for the witch. Giant skeleton. We all love giant skeletons. Mini P.E.K.K.A on the giant skeleton, perhaps. Valkyrie in for the skeleton army. Fireball for the minion horde and the baby dragon. Baby dragon gets through. That will take out the one tower. We don't need to worry too much. We've still got one tower in hand. 10 seconds. He's not going to take that out. Not even with a balloon rage, which the last person used. Okay. Game over. So hopefully that will negate the effects of the last match. We'll go back to square one. Plus 30. I didn't see whether we were down 30 on the last one, but it's probably around there. Okay, so we've got 68 to go, so 2 and a bit matches. Let's carry on and see if we can get there. So, mini P.E.K.K.A giant Valkyrie behind. This is looking okay. Let's go for a quick push with our mini P.E.K.K.A, see what he's got. He's got a mini P.E.K.K.A himself and a minion horde, so we could do with cycling round to our fireball. I'm not going to get to my fireball in time. This is not looking so good. Goblins in, that's a quick cycle troop. Splash damage here from the baby dragon, but that's still not going to be enough. There goes my tower. That was a very good start for him. My fireball's ready, but just far, far, far too slow. Well, we can at least try and make something of this. He's rocketing that, which is not a good trade really for him. Rockets cost 6, giant only costs 5. I suppose he has done damage against the Valkyrie as well, but between the two of them they're 9. So mini P.E.K.K.A for him on that side. This time we probably can defend it, or at least distract it with some archers. So this is a 4 for 3 trade. It's not brilliant, but it will do. This is a 5 for 4. So again, we just gained 2 elixir from those last 2 trades. Let's try and have a quick dash with our mini P.E.K.K.A, as he has used his own mini P.E.K.K.A. He might put down his little people, you know, he's putting down his giant. So we can use our goblins on his giant, we can use our Valkyrie on his giant, we could do our own giant push. Valkyrie on his giant with the skeleton army seems like a brilliant shout. Baby dragon perhaps as well. He can't use skeleton army against us on that side because he's using it with his giant, so there's no need to keep the baby dragon for that. Goblins to distract his prince while we try and get rid of the giant and start working on the prince ourselves. And now we probably ought to start helping out our giant just in case he cycles back round. So he's using his rocket again. He obviously didn't hear me last time round. Not the best of strategies, but he's going minion horde again. So minion horde's okay for us, 5 for 4. With a giant, okay, fair enough. That's not a problem. Valkyrie in behind with the skeleton army. Musketeer perhaps on that. He's probably going to be bringing in his prince in just a second. That seems to be his attack style. We might as well mini P.E.K.K.A on the right whilst he's building up on the left. Now he's going to rocket us again, only taking out some goblins this time. That was a very nice trade for us. So let's put down the giant as well to give him something to think about with a Valkyrie, because he could skeleton army that. Musketeer, as he's going to put down a minion horde. Baby dragon on those few remaining skeletons, and that should be time up. There we go. That one was relatively comfortable. Sorry. Let's not be rude. Okay, so we've got 38 more to go. That's going to be one and a bit. As long as we don't get totally destroyed again. So Giant Valkyrie's ready. We've got the Baby Dragon ready as well. He's using his Skeleton Army straight up, and he's got a balloon ready. So he's hoping the Skeleton Army will take out my defense of his balloon. But I have a Valkyrie and a Baby Dragon which I can use. I'm going to ignore his attack with the Spear Goblins on the left. They're not going to do an insane amount of damage. His balloon is going to cost us far more. As soon as that connects with the tower, it obviously does 700 damage. 600 damage depending on what level it's at. But we've got a nice little push going on here. I might back that up with a mini P.E.K.K.A. as soon as that tower falls. Have a little charge towards his musketeer. There we go. And head towards that tower of his whilst he's struggling on defences. I'm tempted to fireball a lot of that, but I'm not going to on this occasion. So let's put the archers in to distract. I could use a Baby Dragon, but that will do enough there. So musketeer on the Valkyrie should be okay, as long as it's got enough range before the Valkyrie gets close. And let's put a giant down to go for that little push there. He's used a Skeleton Army relatively recently, so he shouldn't have cycled back round to it. But I'm going to put my goblins down just in case he has a quick cycle troop, which we haven't yet seen. So the goblin's doing some work on his witch, which is a nice added benefit, and that's his second tower gone. So we might as well go for the 3 crown win here. Get it finished quickly if we can. He's got level 4 minion horde. We can fireball that quite happily. Might wait for him to see if he puts anything else down with it. Yes, he will, look. So there we can fireball a lot of that all in one go, and that's a brilliant trade for us. So let's just wait for a final push and see what happens. We've got a goblin. Oh, okay, right. So I haven't got anything good here. So mini P.E.K.K.A. is probably the best thing to try and take him out with. If he takes a tower, he takes a tower. I'm not worried. Let's put the giant down. We've got a mini P.E.K.K.A. on it as well. Valkyrie can go in to take out that witch. He's got a Valkyrie in place as well, so let's put our goblins on the other side perhaps. He's put a Skeleton Army over our Valkyrie, which is a bit silly. And another mini P.E.K.K.A. should do the job. Throw in a fireball. What the heck, let's do the river. Hurrah! Okay, so we now need one more victory, and we will now be in the Spell Factory or Arena 5. So 1392, there's a very good chance we'll get paired with someone who's coming back down from the Spell Factory, so you might get a glimpse of it this time. Nope, someone in Arena 4 with us, so this should be a good fight. He's got a King Tower level 7, however, so he should be well upgraded. However, he may not know how to use his troops if he's coming back down. So, Prince and Witch, that's not cool. He knows how to use his troops. Right, goblins for a distraction. Now the witch is locked on, and Valkyrie to take out that witch. And he's got a hog in there as well. We can put a mini P.E.K.K.A. down with that. We're expecting a skeleton army on the right. I haven't quite got to my baby dragon, but that will be going down as soon as I can. Oh, Inferno Tower. I hate Inferno Towers where I've got the giants. As soon as I get to the Spell Factory, if I want to, I can get a Zap spell, which can take out the third. It's reset the Inferno Tower, which is really helpful to have with your giant push. But for now, we just have to live with it. Okay, so a couple of archers here just to offset that skeleton army. And we're still just waiting to see what happens. He's lost his first tower. We've got one more to go. Or we could push for the 3 crown if we wanted to. So mini P.E.K.K.A. I'm thinking goblins. Let's put a giant in. The giant can come up behind the goblins. I'm thinking goblins as well for the prince. So ideally I could do with cycling around to my skeletons. I haven't seen my skeletons for a while. I'm wondering if they're even in this deck. That's a bit odd. Perhaps I've picked the wrong deck. I don't see any skeletons. Where are my skeletons gone? Mysterious skeletons. I'll have to check the closet. Anyway, we got rid of that quick push. What did I take out to put the skeletons in with? Oh, I can't remember. Okay, anyhow. Mini P.E.K.K.A. on this? Yeah, why not? Aerial defense required. Baby Dragon's the only thing on hand. That will also deal with the skeleton army quite nicely. Valkyrie would deal with that as well. Yeah, there's not a lot I can do about that. I can, however, put some goblins down for the hog. That's going to take my tower though. No, it's not. We're just okay. He's got 42 seconds though, so he's still got time to do it. He's got his annoying Inferno tower. Let's just try and distract that a little bit when my giant gets closer. And he's got a mini P.E.K.K.A against our mini P.E.K.K.A. Let's back it up with some goblins. Oh, he's got a prince in there, which I hadn't noticed as well, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so at the moment I seem to be throwing down troops without really thinking about it. That's not a good shout. Valkyrie's in the right place, Musketeer's not. Let's get this giant going down that way. Fireball will only take about 200 damage, 432. That's going to leave us with about 40 to go. His mini P.E.K.K.A is going to take us out if we don't deal with it. Okay, so as soon as that gets to 432, he's got an Inferno Tower in the way. Well, we can take out the Inferno Tower with the Fireball, and then we just need one shot. Oh, I didn't read that right then, clearly. Okie dokie, this is not so good. Let's fight on and see what happens. Mini P.E.K.K.A, Prince, Giant going down that way. We don't want that balloon to connect, or that will be bad news. We don't really want that hog to connect either. Aerial defence would be useful right about now. Musketeer. Oh no! No, 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 no. That's very bad. That's really, really bad. Oh dear. We have a whole 31 saving us. And he's got lots of stuff coming through. Unless I can get a fireball down before he gets anything on my tower. He's got a minion there. Deep breath. Well, you can see where it went wrong. Do comment if you have a better plan. Now I'm going to quickly check that thought about my deck. I'm pretty sure I had skeletons in my deck. I must be using the wrong battle deck. Okay, so what did I take out? I took out the Valkyrie and put in the skeletons. Let's switch that up. That will give us the goblin and the skeleton. Sorry, goblin and the skeletons to deal with the prince, which is a much more useful thing to have down this level because the prince is one of the top 3 cards being used. Oh dear. However, it does mean I am slightly stuffed if I can't cycle to an airborne thing. This is not helpful. Okay, obviously sometimes you just can't deal with whatever you've got and you have to live with it. So, not a great start. We're going to have to fight back all the way on this one. So, giant baby dragon's looking good. And another Inferno Tower, so it would be good to get the goblins in before the giant crosses the river. Baby dragon behind it. So there we go. We could fireball that whole minion horde, but the baby dragons are on the case, so we don't need to do that. Baby dragon coming down, so we can musketeer that. We could put some archers in as well if we want to. We've got a mini P.E.K.K.A here, so skeletons will distract that nicely. I've sent a lone musketeer up there on the right. I'm not overly pleased with that, but yeah, I can plug away there. His balloon's coming in. We have got some defence for that now. We've got baby dragon and some archers. It shouldn't. No, he's raged it, so it will just get to our tower, but it will only do 1 shot of damage. We've now taken out his first tower, so we're getting close to equalising. Let's pile on the pressure with the musketeer behind the baby dragon. He hasn't enraged his Inferno Tower yet. He's obviously waiting for our giant for that. So we just don't need to play our giant. So 500 to go. We could take, I'm sure it said 400. Oh, it's only 173 of Crown Tower. There's his Inferno Tower gone down. So skeletons, I can't do anything against that. Cycle, 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 cycle. Right, archers, that deals with that bit. Baby dragon will deal with the minion hordes. So let's put some goblins down and let's stick that giant in place. The skeletons down as well to distract this Inferno Tower. Let's see if we can get a push going. Unfortunately, it still managed to lock onto our giant, so that didn't go particularly well. But we can fireball all 3 of those things, which is useful. So we're a bit close. Musketeer and archers available here. So whilst he will get a hit on our King Tower, in and do a lot of damage to us. We're still alive. His Inferno Tower he may not have enough elixir for if we're lucky. Let's put down some swarm troops, try and get up there quickly whilst he's got a mini P.E.K.K.A running. And we're just going to take this. There we go. He couldn't cycle back around to his Inferno Tower quick enough, so we've just about managed that. So if we had a chest slot available, we would have got an Arena 5 chest for that effort. However, we are still one trophy away from being there, so let's just try and get that now. And then we can open that crown chest, which should be an Arena 5 crown chest, I hope. So, might not be though, of course, because we are still in Arena 4. Giant coming through, Witch coming down level 1. I'm thinking mini P.E.K.K.A from what we've got to take that out. Bomber as well. Little bit going on there with those little goblins. Witch is locked on. Skeletons can deal with her. Unfortunately, that goblin barrel did a lot more than I thought it would. I haven't backed up my giant here at the moment. He's been playing his elixir on the left, but the skeleton army has come down, so it was good that I engaged that just before it got there. But it's going to take me out before I've done enough damage. So, in the pursuit of one trophy, I could end up with another defeat here. So I'm thinking giants. There's his giants. Musketeer to defend that, possibly. Mini P.E.K.K.A to defend that would also be good. I would like to use skeletons, but with a bomber there, that's just not a sound idea. Let's put the giant on the left with those couple of things behind it. We're expecting a skeleton army to come flying down any second. I'm thinking about fireballing it when it does. Archers, okay, not what I expected. Where's his skeleton army? There's his skeleton army. Okay, too slow. Far too slow. Oh well, we've equalised. Right, baby dragon ready. Musketeer could be ready. We can cycle round to our giant quite happily. Looks like he hasn't got an Inferno Tower, or he'd have played that by now. Right, mini P.E.K.K.A push. Giant in, ideally with the goblins behind it, pushing it forward. That didn't quite work as I'd hoped. Baby dragon on the case. Lots of things going on over here. He's got a witch defending, which will help him nicely. I can take out the witch with a fireball, or at least very close to taking it out. Hog coming through our end. Goblins are always good for that, although I should have distracted him before he got there. And let's get this push going. Get that tower gone. Oh, that was silly. I just placed a giant just on top of his skeleton army. Oh, well, at least the baby dragon wasn't far behind. I can fireball the witch, take most of her out. Or all of her. There's a Valkyrie coming through, but we can distract that with a musketeer quite happily. And we can put some goblins in for the giant, assuming that, oh dear, the musketeer's locked onto the giant, which was not cool. Which means the Valkyrie can take out our goblins. And that's our second tower gone as well. That didn't go as planned at all. And I can't really put the skeletons down because the Valkyrie or the bomber will take it out, but I'm going to have to. Let's put a giant down to try and distract while the musketeer takes out that. And yes, all in pursuit of one trophy. What an idiot. Oh well. So as you can see, I am fallible, very fallible. I'm tempted to open that crown chest, but we're only 24 trophies away. We've got to go for this last win and get into the spell factory first, really. So this is a super long episode for you. Let's see whether we can finally mop this up. So 5 versus 6 on the King Towers. Giant in. Baby Dragon going to go over the top. Mini P.E.K.K.A on the other side, perhaps. What's he got? A fireball. That was kind of a waste of a fireball, and if you're going to do that, make sure you don't hit the King Tower, because he's now engaged my King Tower, which will defend when he comes and tries to hit either of my towers. So actually he's just done himself a disservice by doing that. Fireball, just clip the one tower, don't clip both. So we've made a reasonable start there. He's got a Valkyrie on the left, which we can musketeer. And I put that too far to the right, that was very silly. And he's got a balloon. Okay, archers needed. Musketeers just walking off, thanks mate. That's really good of you. Okay, let's put a couple of goblins there. I don't like sending a musketeer by itself, so a couple of goblins at least. It might distract the tower until they get to the tower themselves and can do some damage. Unfortunately, his bomber took that out. So I'm thinking mini P.E.K.K.A. giant here. Not necessarily together. Let's do... which way's more valuable? Let's do giant on the left and mini P.E.K.K.A. on the right once he's distracted. He's got a witch in there, distracting our baby dragon, but that shouldn't be a problem. Mini P.E.K.K.A. in. There we go. That's looking quite tidy. Archers in to try and do something against his Valkyrie from a distance. They may, yeah, just managed it, but unfortunately got the giant down first. Anyhow, we're looking good for a victory here, as long as I don't do something drastic in these last 60 seconds. Musketeer can deal with that bomber quite happily and the balloon behind it. Cycle through for the baby dragon perhaps to help. Yeah, that balloon has not quite connected, so we're okay just on that tower. And then let's throw everything down against his tower. He'll probably want to defend rather than going for a tower our end. If he does, well, he does. I really don't mind. At this point, he's got 32 seconds to pull something out of the bag. But it's going to be futile. Thank you, Liptop. You've given us our final victory into the Spell Factory. So, this evening's episode, obviously, lots of ups, lots of downs. Shop has new cards. We've made it through to the next arena. I hope you enjoyed the battle, particularly seeing me getting defeated, no doubt. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got in our chest. So some cannons, arrows, minions, Valkyrie. That was a slightly disappointing chest, but so be it. Right, what's in the special offer? Oh, that wants us to spend some money. That's not going to happen. You'll notice that there's a mini P.E.K.K.A. tournament going on at the moment, but unfortunately I can't play in it on this account because I'm only in at level 8. As soon as I get to level 8, I will be able to start taking part in some tournaments and recording some of those for you as well. But we're getting close to level 6, 27 away, and then we can have a look at some more. Anyhow, if you enjoyed that episode, do subscribe, and I will see you again tomorrow evening. In fact, I won't see you tomorrow evening, I will see you Friday evening for another push. Thank you and goodbye.